Baseball fans, tonight isn't just another night under the lights. It's a minefield of traps waiting to burn your bankroll. The sports books think they've got the numbers figured out, but what if I told you your favorite team might actually be the reason you lose big tonight? Upsets are brewing, bullpens are cracking, and star hitters are ready to flip the script, and if you don't see it coming, you're already behind the curve. Strap in, because we're about to break down every single matchup for September 15th with sharp betting angles, player props, and parlay gold that the oddsmakers don't want you touching. Game 1. Pirates vs. Cubs. Cade Horton 10-4, 2.70 ERA, whip approximately 1.11, gets the start for the Cubs, coming in with strong metrics across his recent outings. In his last 3 starts, Horton has posted score lines of 1 ER in 6 IP, 2 ER in 5 IP, and 0 ER in 6 IP, showing good command and limiting hard contact. He has struck out 89 batters in ~100+ innings and has held opponents under .250. His splits show he does well versus aggressive hitters and gets out of jams with off-speed stuff when ahead in the count. For Pittsburgh, Paul Skeens 10-9, 1.92 ERA, whip approximately 0.92, stands on the mound. This season he's been among the best in strikeout ability, racking up over 200 kiloseconds, and has allowed very few home runs. His recent performance includes several dominant outings where he limited free base runners and kept pitch counts efficient. He's shown good stamina in those starts, often going 6 innings or more, which is crucial in this matchup. Looking at bullpen strength, Cubs have the slight edge. Their relievers have held steady in recent games, especially after Horton exits. They've stranded inherited runners at a good rate and have reliable arms for setup and closing. Pirates have decent arms, but their pen has been taxed in past series, giving up more runs in the late innings and allowing momentum swings. If Skeens leaves with a lead, Pittsburgh might struggle to lock it down fully. Offensively, Chicago hits well against right-handed pitching. He bats like Pete Crow Armstrong, 28 HR, approximately .247 AVG, 87 RBIs, and Nico Horner, .297 AVG, good OBP, give them pop and speed. The Cubs are also better in extra base hit scenarios. On the Pirates' side, Brian Reynolds has the speed and gap power, and O'Neal Cruz is lethal when fastballs are up, but overall Pittsburgh is less consistent, especially with runners in scoring position. The betting market has the Cubs as favorites at PNC Park, with Horton's excellent season and home field factor boosting them. The total runs line looks to be in the 8 to 8.5 range. Public bettors may lean Cubs ML or the underdog run line from Pittsburgh if they expect Skeens to be chased early. Prop lines worth watching include Horton over approximately 6.5 kiloseconds, Crow Armstrong anytime HR, Reynolds RBIs or total bases over 1.5, Cubs team total over approximately 4.5 runs, Pirates team total over approximately 3.5 runs in case they generate pressure early. Best bets lean. Cubs moneyline or small spread, Horton over Ks, and Crow Armstrong HR are the strongest plays. A parlay, same game parlay idea might be Cubs ML plus Horton over Ks plus Crow Armstrong anytime hour. For value, stacking Cubs team total over plus Reynolds RBIs plus total over 8.5 runs gives upside. High risk combo. Cubs minus 1.5 plus Horton over Ks plus over 9 total. Game flow projection. Horton starts sharp, striking out 2 to 3 in first 2 innings. Cubs score early via Crow Armstrong extra base or hour. Skeens counters but yields a solo shot or 2 by middle innings. Cubs build a small lead, Pirates try to fight back but bullpen matches hold. Final predicted score. Cubs 5, Pirates 2, with Horton's Ks and Crow Armstrong power delivering value picks. Game 2. Nationals vs. Braves. Spencer Strider, Atlanta vs. Mitchell Parker. Washington is the confirmed pitching matchup. Strider is 5-13 with a 4.86 ERA, Parker is 8-15 with a 5.75 ERA. The Braves' bullpen has been underwhelming overall, with a bullpen ERA around 4.27, WHIP approximately 1.27, and approximately 29 saves but also approximately 20 blown saves. Nationals' bullpen, by contrast, ranks among the worst. Team bullpen ERA over 5.40, WHIP greater than 1.50, they've been highly forgiving of hard contact. Atlanta's offense still has pop. Matt Olson, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Marcell Ozuna provide power, especially against right-handed pitching. Washington's offense is inconsistent, with fewer extra base hitters and more reliance on contact and speed. Moneyline odds favor the Braves at home quite heavily. Nationals are significant underdogs. Over-under is expected near 8 runs. Key prop lines. Strider over approximately 6.5 kiloseconds looks viable. Olson anytime HR. Acuna Jr. TB over. Washington team total over approximately 3.5 only if they get early traffic. Best bets. Braves ML and Strider over Ks are top value plays. Secondary props. Olson HR and Braves team total over when line is favorable. SGP parlay build. Braves ML plus Strider over Ks plus Olson HR. Value stack. Braves TT over plus Acuna TB over plus total over 8. High upside. Braves minus 1.5 plus Olson hour plus over 9 runs. Game flow. Strider pounds the zone early, gets ahead, racks up 2 to 3 strikeouts in first 2 innings. Atlanta scores early via Acuna or Olson. Parker gives up runs early, possibly hours, chased before 5 or 6. Nationals may scrape a run or 2 but Braves bullpen closes out clean. Final projected. Braves 6, Nationals 2. Game 3. Rays vs Blue Jays. Jose Berrios 9-5, 3.99 ERA is confirmed to start for the Blue Jays, bringing reliability, good strikeout numbers, and mostly solid outings this season. He's posted an ERA just under 4.00 and been one of Toronto's more consistent arms. Meanwhile, the Rays have not yet named their starter as of now. That uncertainty works in Toronto's favor pregame, since bettors don't yet know which Rays arm and bullpen condition will have to eat the early traffic if runs happen. Toronto's bullpen, featuring the likes of Jeff Hoffman, Chad Green, and Garcia, has had mixed performance but generally strong ERA and WHIP metrics versus tough lineups. They do better when Berrios hands them clean innings. On the flip side, the Rays' bullpen has struggled at times with blown leads and allowing home runs in high-leverage spots. Their home run per 9 HR 9 allowed rises when starters don't go deep, creating opportunities for power bats from Toronto. Offensively, Blue Jays bring heavyweight bats into this matchup. They rank high in extra base hits and slugging versus right-handed starters. Jose Berrios is adept at limiting damage in early innings, but once he's around the 5th or 6th, fatigue and opposing batters' power can skew outcomes. The Rays, meanwhile, are streaky. Their offense shows flashes with speed, gap hits, and power, but consistency is a question. The Jays also tend to crush right-handed starters at home, which may force the Rays to counter aggressively early. From market angles, Toronto is opening as a strong favorite in many books. The over-under is expected to be somewhere in the 8.0-8.5 range, given both teams have had games with medium to high scoring. But value shows up when the Rays are underdogs and their power hitters face a starter who tends to leave fastballs elevated late. Prop lines to watch. Berrios over strikeouts approximately 6.5. Jays team total runs over approximately 5. Rays underdog run line. Any Jays power bat for home run, especially someone who tends to hit the long ball versus RH pitching. Also watching for Blue Jays bullpen props late in game. If Rays get on board, their bullpen might struggle. Best bets likely include Blue Jays ML, Berrios over Ks, and a long ball prop like anytime hour for one of Toronto's heavy hitters. A balanced parlay could be Jays ML plus Berrios over 6.5 kiloseconds plus over 8.5 total runs. For higher payoff, stack Jays TT over plus power hit hour plus run line. Risk-reward leans toward taking some Rays props if starter turns out to be one of their more reliable ones, but overall edge tilts Toronto. Game flow projected. Berrios starts sharp, getting ahead of Rays batters, limiting damage in early innings. Jays score first via a power hit or two, possibly a homer. Rays attempt to counter with speed and extra bases, but early deficit pressures bullpen. As game advances into mid-innings, offense picks up, Jays tack on runs. Rays bullpen gives up damage late. Final predicted score: Blue Jays 6, Rays 3, with props on Berrios strikeouts and Jays power hitting paying off. Game 4. White Sox vs. Orioles. Chicago sends Sean Burke to the bump, 410, approximately 4.35 ERA, about 115 strikeouts against Kyle Bradish for Baltimore, 0-1 versus the White Sox this season, but with a much stronger overall performance with an ERA well under 3.00 in limited recent work. Burke's been streaky, capable of strong frames but also vulnerable to hard contact and home runs when misses occur. Bradish is sharper, especially at limiting free passes and avoiding long balls, and tends to do well in favorable counts, especially at home. Bradford's ability to work deep into games gives Baltimore the starter advantage in this matchup. Chicago's bullpen has been middling. They rank about mid-pack in bullpen era, approximately 4.10, with a whip around 1.36, give up a fair number of inherited runners, and their save conversion rate is modest. Their back-end arms, led by Jordan Leisure and setup relief, have had some flashes, but consistency under pressure has eluded them. Orioles' bullpen has been more reliable recently in high-leverage relief, especially once Bradish exits clean. Their setup arms have held up better in close games and have slightly better metrics in inherited runner prevention than Chicago's pen. Offensively, Chicago has struggled all season. Their run-scoring ranks near the bottom, batting average is low, and their team WRC+ is well below league average. A few batters like Lenyn Sosa, 20-hour this season, provide power, but beyond top hitters the contact, consistency, and extra base hit rates lag. Baltimore's offense has its own flaws. They bat just .233 versus left-handed pitching this season, meaning matchups matter. But Bradish has favorable splits versus RHP, and Baltimore has enough depth in power to punish mistakes, especially fly balls, elevated pitches. Also note that Baltimore recently activated Tyler O'Neill from the IL, who adds power potential if he gets into the lineup. Market odds favor Baltimore as the safer play. ML leans toward the Orioles given Bradish's edge, especially considering Chicago's offensive struggles and bullpen vulnerability. Totals are projected in the 7.5-8.5 run range. Prop lines to monitor: Bradish over approximately 5.5 strikeouts, Burke under approximately 5.5 kiloseconds, Sosa HR anytime for White Sox, best chance of drive with power, Baltimore power bat, O'Neill or Gunnar Henderson, our props. Orioles team total over approximately 4 to 5 runs, White Sox team total over value only if Chicago jumps out early. Best bets here include Orioles ML, moderate risk, Bradish over strikeouts, good upside, and possibly Sosa HR, as a fade against high heat. Parlay, same game parlay ideas might pair Orioles ML plus Bradish over 5.5 kiloseconds plus total over approximately 8 runs, or a value stack like Orioles team total over plus O'Neill hour plus over runs, or a high-risk build, Orioles minus 1.5 plus Sosa hour plus over 9 total. Game flow projection: Bradish starts strong, gets ahead of White Sox top order, minimal traffic in first 2 innings. Chicago scratches a run via small ball or power opposition, but Bradish limits damage. Mid-game, Baltimore offense breaks through with a long ball or two, takes lead. Burke either gets squeezed or gives up extra base hits. Bullpen comes in and Chicago's pen gives up runs in 7th-8th. Final projected score. Orioles 5, White Sox 2, with Bradish K props. Orioles ML and a power HR are 2 being the key value plays. Game 5. Twins vs Yankees. Minnesota is projected to throw Bailey Ober, 5-7, approximately 5.07 ERA, approximately 109 strikeouts in the probable pitchers list. He's allowed a lot of contact and home runs this season, especially when he misses spots with his fastball. The Yankees starter is not officially confirmed yet, but betting lines treat New York as the favorite in this matchup. Odds versus Twins suggest Yankees are between -140 to -180 megaliters depending on the book, with Twins plus 1.5 or plus 1.75 as potential value. From Odds Shark Minnesota vs NYY odds. Twins bullpen has been inconsistent lately. Their relief corps allows a fair number of inherited runners to score and have been susceptible in high-leverage situations. Conversely, Yankee bullpen metrics lean better. They've had stronger performances after starters exit, fewer blown saves, and better strikeout rates per inning in relief. The bullpen advantage is with New York, particularly in closer innings. Offensive profiles favor the Yankees here. New York tends to have higher extra base hit rates, better slugging, and more dependable power bats, especially at home. The Twins' offense has shown flashes, especially versus pitchers who leave fastballs elevated or out over the plate, but consistency has been lacking. Key bats for NYY like Aaron Judge have been red hot. Judge recently crushed multiple home runs in an outing versus Detroit, driving a fence. Minnesota has a few power threats but fewer that can change games on one swing. Judge's HR into Yanks Detroit game, Twins bat metrics versus RHP weaker overall. Market total trends. The total is likely in the range of 8 to 8.5 runs. Yankees favored on ML. Run line value leans toward Yankees -1.5 if the price is fair. Yankees team total over 4.5 runs has attractiveness, especially if Ober struggles early. Prop bettors should watch strikeout lines once Yankees starter is confirmed. Given Twins contact issues, the Yankee starter over K's prop is likely to be juicy. Player prop ideas. Yankees starter over approximately 6.5 kiloseconds, if NYY gives strikeout arms. Aaron Judge anytime HR, high upside, especially considering recent hot streak and power matches versus moderate fastball missing spots. Yankees team total over approximately 4.5 runs, value if offense comes alive and bullpen holds. Twins team total over approximately 3.5 runs, only if early offensive success, likely via small ball or speed. Best bets. Lean Yankees ML as core bet, Judge HR prop, starter K over. Secondary value. Yankees TT over, run line Yankees -1.5 if priced well. Parlay SGP ideas. Balanced parlay. Yankees ML plus Judge Hour plus starter over Ks. Value stack. Yankees TT over plus Judge Hour plus total over 8.5. Higher risk. Yankees -1.5 plus over 9 total plus Twins TT over if things open up offensively. Game flow prediction. Yankees strike early, Judge or another power bat drives in runs in first 2 innings. Ober gives up hits and possibly a homer if fastball location is off. The middle innings are where NYY builds up advantage, bullpen secures lead. Final estimate. Yankees 6, Twins 3, with props on Yankeesplosion, Judge HR and starters strikeouts leading the games. Game 6. Reds vs Cardinals. Cincinnati turns to Zach Little, 9-8, 3.78 ERA, approximately 120 strikeouts, on the mound, while Street. Lewis counters with Matthew Liberatore, 7-12, approximately 4.22 ERA. Little has been serviceable this season. His ground ball rates are solid, he keeps walks under control, and he tends to limit extra base hits, especially when his Slider is sharp. Liberatore, meanwhile, has had stretches of inconsistency. His ERA has been inflated by hard contact allowed in home runs when he misses up in the zone. Bullpen strength slightly favors the Cardinals in high-leverage situations. Players like Ryan Helsley have been reliable closers, and St. Louis's setup arms have shown better splits in late innings. The Reds' pen has had its moments, but recent bullpen era relief and inherited runner scoring have skewed worse than league average. If Little gives up early traffic or falls behind in pitch count, Reds will lean heavily on relief, which could be a point of vulnerability. On the other hand, if Liberatore falls apart early, Cardinals have enough bullpen depth to stay in it. Offensively, the Reds have been middling but capable. Players like Elly De La Cruz, notable for exit velocity and ability to impact games with power, Austin Hayes, solid contact and some pop, and Ke'Bryan Hayes who drives rallies have been producing. Cardinals have more consistent top-order bats. Alec Burleson, Nolan Arenado, Lars Nootbaar provide power and extra base hit potential. Cardinal hitters generally fare well in hitter-friendly counts in Busch Stadium. Market odds show Reds as slight underdogs, with Cardinals picking up favoritism due to home field and bullpen strength. The over-under is projecting around 8 to 8.5 runs, depending on the book. Trends show that games where Liberatore starts have mixed totals. Some go high due to long balls, some stay moderate when he is sharp early. Key prop play lines look like this. Little over approximately 5.5 strikeouts is possible, especially versus a Cardinals lineup that would chase early pitches. Liberatore KH over, under if applicable, probably under if he loses command. Elly De La Cruz anytime HR when facing pitches up or in the zone. Cardinal power bat HR props Arenado, Nootbaar, live if count gets friendly. Reds team total over approximately 4.5 runs is a toss-up but value exists if they get on top of Liberatore early. Cards team total over maybe -5 if Cardinals exploit favorable hitters. Best bets. Lean Cardinals ML, home and bullpen edge give them value. Little over 5.5 strikeouts is appealing. De La Cruz HR is high variance but offers upside. Also look at over 8 total runs if Liberatore gives up early long balls. Parlay SGP ideas. Balanced parlay could be Cardinals ML plus little over Ks plus De La Cruz hour. Value stack. Cards TT over plus Nootbaar hour plus over total. High risk build. Cardinals -1.5 plus over 9 total plus De La Cruz hour. Game flow projection. Little starts composed, yields a run or two early but limits free passes, racks up strikeouts mid-game. Cardinals get on board first via power bat or two, take lead. Liberatore gives up big hits in middle innings, bullpen holds steady for Cards. Reds try to fight back but bullpen margin tips toward Street. Lewis. Final predicted result. Cardinals 5, Reds 3. With value props on little Ks and Cardinals offense delivering. Game 7. Astros vs Rangers. With the matchup set. Jack Leiter 9.8, 3.81 ERA, whip approximately 1.31, 130 strikeouts in approximately 132 innings draws the start for the Texas Rangers. He's been solid at home and when kept ahead in the count, showing ability to induce weak contact and home run suppression. On the Houston side, Jason Alexander, 4.1, approximately 4.19 ERA, similar whip around 1.31 over approximately 66 innings pitched, steps in. Less experienced, streaky, but coming off some confidence-boosting outings. Alexander gives up more base runners than Leiter, but his upside is there, particularly if he avoids elevated fastballs and hangs breaking stuff effectively. Bullpen strength begins to tilt toward Houston. The Astros' relief corps has stepped up in high-leverage situations lately, particularly in September, with better performance. Metrics across inherited runners and pressured frames. Texas's pen remains capable, but when games get tight late, they've shown more vulnerability, especially giving up homers in relief. That suggests if the game is close in the 7th-8th, Houston may have the edge. Offensively, both teams have credible power threats. For Texas, bats like Josh Jung, Adolis Garcia, and Wyatt Langford provide power and extra base potential. Their slugging versus RHP at home has been respectable. They can stretch runs when starters are a bit wild. Astros counter with Christian Walker, Jose Altuve, Jeremy Pena, and Yordan Alvarez, all with our power and the ability to punish mistakes. Recent performance shows Houston's offense is heating up at key moments, though they've had cold stretches, especially in run production versus elite pitching. From the betting markets, Rangers open as underdogs at Houston, with the line favoring Astros, likely in the -130 to -160 range. Total runs over/under is expected around 8 to 8.5 given both teams' power bats and bullpen susceptibility. Some market movement suggests value exists in the Rangers run line +1.5, +1.75 if lighter shows first inning strength. Key prop plays. Lighter over approximately 6.5 or 7 kiloseconds is appealing. Alexander over approximately 5.5 kiloseconds is riskier but possible if book misses with temperature or command. HR props are high upside. Alvarez anytime HR, Jung HR versus Houston relievers. Extras. Astros team total over approximately 5.5 runs looks playable if Alexander is hittable early. Rangers team total over approximately 4 if they scratch early or if the bullpen opens up. Best bets likely are Astros ML given home field and bullpen, lighter over strikeouts for value, and one power HR prop e.g., Alvarez. For value, Rangers run line +1.5 live underdog spots may pay. SGP parlay layering. Balanced combo might be Astros ML plus lighter over Ks plus Alvarez HR. Value stack. Astros team total over plus Alvarez hour plus total over 8. High reward build. Astros -1.5 plus over 9 total plus 2 or more hours in game. Projection. Lighter starts hot, gets ahead early, but gives up a homer or two mid-game. Astros score a crooked inning via power bats. Later on, Alexander struggles with strikeouts and bullpen slots in. The Astros close it out late. Final projected outcome. Astros 6, Rangers 3, with key props on lighter Ks and Astros power delivering. Game 8. Diamondbacks vs. Giants. Zach Gallen is confirmed to start for Arizona. He enters with an 11-14 record and an ERA around 4.84, with approximately 157 strikeouts this season. His walk and home run rates are elevated compared to his peak years, meaning his margin for error is slimmer. Opposing him for San Francisco is Carson Seymour, who has seen limited usage and remains largely unproven. Small sample size in MLB starts, mixed results, though his recent outings show some promise. The advantage in this matchup tends to favor the veteran Gallen, provided he limits hard contact and avoids throwing meatballs elevated. The Giants' bullpen is one of their stronger assets. They're currently ranked second by bullpen ERA in 2025, with an ERA in the low threes, approximately 3.35, a WHIP near 1.207, and a respectable save conversion rate. Their high-leverage arms have been delivering late in games, which matters if Seymour or Gallen falter in mid to late innings. On Arizona's side, bullpen strength is more variable. Their relievers have been taxed. Homers and inherited runners have bitten them in tight spots, especially when pressured after starter exit. Offensively, the Giants are riding a heater. Since the trade deadline, they've posted one of the best offensive surges in the league, ranking top 3 in home runs over recent weeks, with solid slugging and improved contact rates. Players like Willie Adames and Rafael Devers are playing with confidence. Adames has about 28 home runs, and since August 1 the Giants have been averaging well above their usual power numbers. Arizona's offense is led by Geraldo Perdomo, .284 average, Eugenio Suarez with our power, 36 hours, and a collection of bats that can punish mistakes, especially with exit velocity and barrel rate metrics climbing. The D-backs are middle of the pack in team batting average, approximately .250, and hold decent cumulative stats but lag Giants in ops and slugging, especially in recent stretch. From market angles, San Francisco is expected to be modest favorites given bullpen strength, recent offensive form, and home park advantages. The over-under is likely in the 8 to 8.5 runs range. Total runs lean over if Gallen is wild early or Seymour falls apart. Light lean under if both starters settle and Giants bullpen shuts the door. Prop value plays. Gallen over approximately 5.5 or 6 strikeouts is appealing if he stays in rhythm. Seymour over strikeouts is riskier but possible if Giants force him to pitch through contact. Williams Giants or Adams anytime HR. For Arizona, a power bat like Suarez or Perdomo HR could swing value. Total bases over for Giants hitters like Devers or Bailey are also worth monitoring. Team total overs. Giants over ~5 runs if offense stays hot. Arizona team over approximately 3 runs if they generate early traffic. Best bets. Lean Giants ML. Gallen over strikeouts. Adams HR. Giants team total over. Parlay SGP builds. Giants ML plus Gallen over Ks plus Adams HR. Value stack. Giants team total over plus Devers TB over plus over 8 total. High risk. Giants minus 1.5 plus over 9 total plus hours on both sides. Flow projection. Gallen starts with solid stuff, mixing fastball and changeup, racking up 2-3 kiloseconds early, but giving up a run or 2 via extra base hits. Giants respond via a big at-bat from Devers or Bailey. Mid-game Seymour gives up traffic, bullpen gets involved. Giants pen holds for last few innings. Arizona mounts late pressure but falls short. Final projected outcome. Giants 6, Diamondbacks 3, with props on Giants power bats and Gallen's Ks bringing the value. Game 9. Dodgers vs Phillies. Ranger Suarez 12-6, approximately 2.64 ERA, starts for the Phillies vs Shohei Ohtani 1-1, approximately 3.75 ERA for the Dodgers in LA. Moneyline strongly favors the Dodgers at home. Over-under is around 9 runs. Trends show Phillies head into this series with bullpen durability concerns. Dodgers have more depth in relief, which boosts their edge in close games. Suarez is dominant versus right-handed hitters this season, but his recent starts include a few shakier innings, especially in the 5th and 6th where fastballs get elevated. Ohtani's first appearance back from illness rest showed decent velocity and sharp breaking stuff. If he's fully regained rhythm, his upside in strikeouts and limiting damage is real. The Dodgers' bullpen is scarier. Strong setup arms and better inherited runner prevention. Philadelphia pen has struggled in recent games with high leverage. Blown saves have been more frequent. If Suarez can't get deep into the game, the bullpen gap could be decisive. Offensively, Dodgers bring more consistent extra base power. Ohtani, Freeman, Betts all capable of turning mistakes into runs. Phillies have Schwarber, Harper, Stott. They can do damage, but their power has been streaky and less consistent versus top-tier pitching. Key prop bets include Ohtani over approximately 5.5 kiloseconds, Suarez under approximately 6 kiloseconds. Dodgers team total over ~5 runs. Anytime HR props for Ohtani and Schwarber. Total bases over for Betts or Freeman. Best bets lean Dodgers ML, Ohtani over Ks, Dodgers team total over. SGP idea. Dodgers ML plus Ohtani over Ks plus Betts TB over. Value stack. Total over 9 plus anytime hour plus Dodgers TT over. Aggressive combo. Dodgers minus 1.5 plus over 9 total plus 2 plus hours. Game flow. Ohtani starts sharp, gets ahead. Early. Dodgers score via power in middle innings. Suarez gives up a homer or 2. Phillies bullpen gives up lead. Dodgers take control late. Final projected. Dodgers 6, Phillies 3, with props on Ohtani K's and Dodgers offense delivering strong value. If you're ready to stay one step ahead of Vegas and turn these matchups into money plays, make sure you smash that like button, drop your best pick in the comments, and subscribe so you never miss a single breakdown. Tomorrow's lines open fast, and you'll want to be right here when they do. Let's cash tickets together, one game at a time,